As we lie down, let's close our eyes. Allowing our bodies to sink heavy into the floor. Letting go of the weight of our head. Allowing our shoulders to sink down. Feeling our breath slow down. As we keep this calm, relaxed position through our upper body, let's begin to bring our awareness deeper into our breath. With each inhale, let's let our breath be a little bit longer. And with each exhale, let's compress our belly and push out that last bit of breath. Inhaling nice and long. Exhale, contracting our belly, pressing out that last bit of breath. Try to keep the breath moving into our lower body, keeping it out of our chest. On our next inhale, let's take in a nice big deep breath. Then lower our chin down towards our throat, locking in our breath. And before it starts to get uncomfortable, bring our chin back up and exhale. Repeating, inhaling, nice and big. At the end of our inhale, lower our chin down towards our throat, locking in our breath. And then right before it gets uncomfortable, lift our chin back up and exhale comfortably. Continuing this breathing pattern. And returning our breathing to something that feels fairly normal to us. Keeping our eyes closed, let's begin to rock our head side to side. Letting our head remain heavy on the floor. Just turning our head side to side. And bringing our head back to center. Bending our knees. Placing our feet on the floor. Let's take our hands, draw them up to the ceiling. On our next exhale, let's reach our right hand up a little bit further, lifting our shoulder away from the floor. And then inhale, bring it back down. Exhale, left shoulder lifts, left hand reaches up to the ceiling. And slowly bring it back down. Right hand, reach it up. And exhale, bring it down. Slowly lift. And bring it down nice and slow. Continue to flow. Lifting one shoulder up off the floor at a time. And find one more time each side. And come back to center. Turn our palms forward, slowly lower our arms back behind us. Taking it only to a place that feels good for us. Feeling our shoulder blades pull down our back letting our chest open. Take a moment to pause here. Notice the ribs lift, and if it's okay, let it be okay. And then we're going to lift our hips up off the floor. Holding, letting our head, neck, and shoulders relax. As we hold on to this position, I want you to notice when you start to move your head, even the slightest bit. And we're going to start to lower our hips down nice and slow, listening to when and if our head moves. And as soon as it happens, we're going to pause and lift our hips back up. And repeating. Any movement, even the slightest bit, lift our hips back up. Lowering our hips all the way down. Letting our head, neck, and shoulders relax. Then bringing our arms back to our side. On our next inhale, lift our hips and our arms, drawing our arms back behind us. Exhale, bring our arms back down to our side. Inhaling, lifting them back up. Exhale, bring them back down. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhale, lower down. Continuing to flow with our breath. Find one more time. And lower back down. Let's take our arms out to the side like wings. With our arms fully extended, let's lift our left arm, reach it up and across our body over to our right. Let our head follow, but keep our hips still. Slowly take our left hand up and out. Right hand comes up to the ceiling and over to the left. And inhale, open back up. Exhale, left arm reaches over to the right. Inhale, open back up. Exhale, reaching. Inhaling, opening. And one more time, each side. And open up our arms, let our shoulders relax down. And draw our arms into our side. Let's roll over to our right side, press ourselves up, come up to an all fours position. From all fours, find our joints stacked, fingers spread wide. And then let's find a few cat-cows. Let's find one more time. Bringing our spines back to neutral. Let's come on to our bellies. Sliding our hands underneath our forehead. Taking a moment to pause. Letting our head shift back as our neck softens. Allowing our shoulders to let go. Our neck continues to soften down towards the floor as we continue to let go. Allow the props, the floor, and our hands to continue to support us. Then on our next exhale, let's tuck our chin, round our upper back, tuck our tailbone, finding cat pose, lying on our belly. On our next inhale, lift our tailbone up, lengthen across our belly, lengthen across the front of our chest, and soften our chin, letting our shoulders continue to sink down as we lengthen a little bit more. And on our next exhale, tuck our chin, rounding our upper back, our mid back, our low back, tucking our tailbone. And inhaling, lifting our tailbone, lengthen across our belly, reach our heart towards our hands, let our chin follow. And then exhaling, tucking our chin, rounding our upper back, mid back, low back, and noticing that the movement is subtle but active. Drawing our tailbone up towards the ceiling, lengthening across our belly, our chest, letting our chin come forward. And then soften. Let our spine relax into a neutral position. Continuing to let go through our shoulders, our upper back. Extending our arms forward. Hug our upper arms in towards our head, but keep our shoulder blades pulling down our back. Then lift our head, turn our gaze forward, and start to inch our elbows back, lengthening across the front of our spine. And as we do so, let the lower body relax. So unlike Cobra, where we engage through the lower body, in this variation, I want you to soften. Keep inching the elbows back and then pause, making sure there's no tension in our low back. Try not to hinge sharply through our spine, but instead finding a smooth, gradual curve. If it feels okay for you, come up a little bit more. Option to come up a little bit more. And then from wherever you're at, let's begin to turn our heads side to side. And our head doesn't have to pull back. Let your head instead stay in line with your spine as best as you can. Just looking for some smooth movement. And come back to center. Press our hands into the floor, kick our elbows out to the side, lower our forehead all the way down to the floor. Slide our hands around to the side of our chest, hug our elbows in tight, then hug our bellies in and press up and back to child's pose. As we find child's pose, let's extend our arms forward, then lower our elbows down. Let our belly soften, our ribs sink down. And walk our hands underneath our shoulders. Press ourselves up. We're going to find a seated position. You can do so on a towel, a blanket, or blocks, whatever you have. And as you find your comfortable seat on whatever prop you're using today, make sure that you're sitting on the front edge as much as comfortable. That allows your hips to tip forward, your spine to lift and lengthen, and your shoulders to roll back and down. And once you arrive, I want you to close your eyes and feel this position. Feel how upright it is. Notice our head in relationship to our neck and our shoulders. And begin to turn our head side to side, nice and slow, looking for smooth movement. Movement that's not crunchy, that moves gracefully without bumps, without tension, most definitely without discomfort or pain, without any other movement within our body. And it's absolutely okay if that's not what we find in this moment. It's just what we're looking for. If you find that there's uneven, bumpy, jerky movement, slow down through those areas. See if you can get better control of them. And bringing our head back to center. Let's lower our chin down towards our throat. Feeling not only our head tipping forward, but our chin tucking back towards our throat. Keep rising up tall through our spine. And slowly lift our head up, turning our head side to side. Bringing our head back to center. Notice again where our head is in relationship to our shoulders. And actively pull our head back, keeping our chin parallel to the ground. We're attempting to give ourselves a double chin. Placing one hand on our forehead, the other one follows. Holding our head in place. And then actively press our head into our hands and resist with our hands so that our head doesn't actually move. And notice, are you gripping more through one side of your neck than the other? If you can, find a little rotation, turning your head away from the area that you're engaging more, and let your weight balance out. And soften and relax, placing our hands on top of our lap or on top of our legs, turning our head side to side. Keeping our eyes closed, feeling our movement, allowing it to be slow and controlled. Bringing our head back to center. Let's turn our head to the right halfway. Then tuck our chin, drawing our chin in towards our throat. Take our right hand, reach it up to the ceiling, and let our peace fingers rest on the back of our head. Take our left hand, slide it underneath our hip. Rise up a little bit taller through our spine. Check in that our chin is tucking into the side of our neck. Then actively press our head into our fingers and our fingers into our head. And relax. Let our right hand come back to our leg. Lift our chin up and turn our head back to center and then over to the left, releasing our hand. We're going to continue to move our head side to side, keeping our eyes closed if that feels okay for you. Bringing our head back to center. Turn our head to the left halfway, so not all the way, but halfway. Tuck our chin. Make sure our spine is still lifting. And slide our right hand underneath our right hip. Keep rising up tall through our spine. Lifting our chin up. Turn our head back to center, releasing our right hand, and then keep turning our head to the right. And then back to the left, nice and slow. Attempting graceful movement, no matter how slow. Bringing our heads back to center. Let's open our eyes, and we're going to come to lying down on our back. Bring all of your props with you so that you can use them in Shavasana or any other point of this to find comfort. We're going to start with our therapy balls, a block underneath our head. So make sure the therapy balls are in the bag. And then placing the block underneath our head. Place the therapy balls on top of the block and place the therapy balls underneath the very base of our head. Then let our chin soften down towards our throat. You can close your eyes if you like. And slowly begin to turn our head side to side in a very small manner. Bringing our heads back to center. Let's lift our head up just a tiny bit, lifting our chin up and then lowering it back down. Lifting our chin up just a tiny bit, not very much, and lower back down. Find a couple more just like this. One more time. And then relax our head, our neck, and our shoulders. Lifting our head a little bit, slide the therapy balls down into the center of our neck, lifting our chin up. Keeping the curve of our neck. We're going to begin to rock our head side to side. Again, starting with a small movement. Bringing our head back to center. Let's lift our head up off the therapy balls, remove them out from underneath us along with the block. Let our head come all the way down, and we're going to remove the therapy balls from the bag and place them underneath the top of our shoulders. Making sure that we're staying on soft tissue, no bony areas, especially our neck. Remember that they may not be even or balanced or perfectly located, as long as they are offering some pressure to the top of our shoulders. And then be mindful that when you extend your legs, if your knees are bent, that the balls are going to move because you're going to shift on top of the balls. You can extend your legs, you can keep your knees bent, allow your palms to face up, closing your eyes. Drawing our awareness back to our body. Let our breath begin to deepen. Bend our knees if you haven't already done so. And roll over to your right side. Removing the balls out from underneath us as we roll. Keeping our eyes closed, slowly press ourselves up. As we find ourselves in a comfortable seated position, let's rise up tall through our spine and then gently tuck our chin, lift our head, turn our head to one side and then the other. And bring our head back to center. Draw our hands together in front of our heart, sealing in all that we found in this practice today. Take it as a gift to place in our hearts, to use for the days to come, to practice again if we need. Namaste.